That is an open, single-serving, single-person's size milk. I used half of it last night, and then I fell asleep before I could return to finish the other half. I know nobody else used it, so that's good. There's nobody here but me. It's just me. There's nobody here except me. But I'm supposed to make soup now, and I didn't finish so I don't really want to move on to the soup without finishing the milk. Well, I'm a little off today. The milk is going to have to wait, but it's not covered. It doesn't have a cap. There is another kind that has a cap, but that's vanilla milk. The vanilla doesn't have a cap. Okay, boil the water. There are two knobs on this side of the stove. The right one is for the front, the left one is for the rear. Okay. I have to remind myself by looking because it doesn't remember. Okay, this one goes with this one. This one goes with this one. This is rusty and I can't get the rust off. I want to open the door right now. This is on and I didn't turn it on, and I'm not going to turn it off until, if it's in order, I will. I want to use the natural light for this room. I can open the blinds, but I don't touch them. I'm not supposed to really move the door if I don't need to. So this stuff is going to be just staying here. Yeah, you're going to talk to me about myself over this stuff is not due. Nope, I don't need that old lady that was right here who talked to me like this. You should have opened the gate. You should have received a message on your cell phone to open the gate yourself. I'm not going to hear that out of you over this stuff right here because you're in debt that you're not going to move it. You're just going to threaten to, I don't know, throw bleach on it. Oh, is she going to buy bleach and throw it on here? Who hired you? Who sent you? Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. We don't know because you don't have it paid for to be here. You have been evicted. Did you just say you should have received a cell phone message on your cell phone? You come to the gate, you open the door for this delivery, and you do that yourself. This you having been evicted. And I'm not going to say it to you because I don't know you. I'm not going to help you with that. That was from the last supermarket delivery. Yep. Well, I have received other deliveries that I don't have to open the gate myself. Like the pears delivery, I did not open the gate myself for this delivery. This is from FedEx. So FedEx can get in the gate. Any delivery from FedEx gets in through the gate. Well, I'm boiling water right now. I need to go by the stove, but I just wanted to see the sun because while I'm here, I can see the sun and I want that. But I'm talking about a lot of things on the videos that don't have sun and sunlight anymore. Yeah, but the sun is there for me. I'm holding alive of the sun. So, natural light. Andrea Johnson. You're my friend from, I want to say, second grade. Dunwood Elementary School. She moved to the school district. She said she moved from Canada. That was so long ago. Do you know why I have friends who are female? Yeah, but why am I not like my friends who are female and that I don't live with a male person? Yeah, but I don't know your problem with males. It's not solvable with females. And I don't acknowledge the past 23 years of my life because I am deceased and you approximately don't speak English. But I said goodbye immediately. I just find that you don't leave. The way you appear, arrive, yeah, the way you arrive. You don't leave the way you arrive. On to the comments. What about Andrea? Oh, the house. Yeah, she locked me out of a house when I was in second grade about there. Nobody needs that at this point. She's not funny. So, the comments. YouTube comments. I want to count 3 YouTube comments that said I should be off of YouTube. including I might be removed off of YouTube. Is that true? Has somebody else been removed off of YouTube? Or do you just find it an emergency to yourself and you're threatening me that since I'm not yourself, that you can expand who you're talking to with the God of yourself, because you have a creator of yourself as well. That's how you get my attention. Otherwise, no. So do you and the creator of yourselves, the three messages, I don't know if they're all three different people who posted the messages. What are the usernames? I don't remember right now. Maybe 2 different usernames, 3 different messages. So stay off of YouTube because you have a problem, you need help. Oh, so you don't use YouTube for helping yourself? Because the ones who leave the comments, how could I possibly know who you are? You're the ones leaving the comments on a posted video, and I can see it with notifications, but I didn't notify you. You don't receive notifications from me that there is a video from me. If your internet does that, that's your internet doing that. Are you trying to tell me to get off YouTube because you have an internet you have a subscription problem? Yeah, but I don't actually control that. If you have your own internet contract, that's you having a subscription to your contract. And you can't tell somebody who's on your subscription to your internet contract to get off of YouTube by their own resources, that I should not use YouTube anymore because you said so in a comment. I've received a notification about the comment. So, are you not seeing the problem? Because I see it loud and clear. It's not for you to be on YouTube at all. And if the God of yourself is telling you that you shouldn't be on YouTube, and you pass the message on to somebody who's not yourself, you don't own your genitals that way. You're not doing genitals that way. Nope, you don't hold the life of your own genitals that way. And it's not time for God to correct that for you. It's time for you to be quiet because you're not holding your genitals alive by yourself. My genitals, they're deceased. I'm not going to have my genitals in the order anymore. I'm just waiting for that I'm not alive alone and it's not paid for. You don't just give me the food that I want for myself and I can make the videos and keep them on the camera and delete them like I was doing that before. Now you have leverage on me that makes me put the videos on YouTube. You're using the leverage. I had it off. It was off my whole life of when it was internet possible. I was not on the internet my whole life, and now you want me off the internet immediately. And that's you not understanding that the God of yourself is trying to put you off the internet because you don't have deceased that way. You're doing jail, you can decease yourself in jail. Have you ever been in a jail or in a prison and somebody told you to get out of a prison? If you don't want to hear get out or say get out, you need to be inside of a walled-in prison with deceased address. And if you want to say get out, do you know who you're saying get out to? Let me introduce myself. Isn't that true that I would help you with that? No. You can't just say get out to someone for fun. You don't have genitals that way. Okay, I must. whisk the soup. Thank you, plumber. I don't afford that. Okay, down to 6 from 7. So, to the comment that said you need help, and you don't actually provide help. What do I need? You didn't ask me what I need. What I need: food, clothing, and shelter for the rest of my life without you threatening that nothing is mine to myself to yourself. So, who needs help? Anybody need help? Okay, on to this song from Post Malone featuring Morgan Wallen. Or is it Morgan Wallen featuring Post Malone? Help. I didn't make this mess all by myself. Yeah. Something like that. It's the song about help. I received help. I didn't make this mess all by myself. Yes. So I don't want help. Is that the sloppy recommendation you were giving me in the comments? Did somebody in the comments try to mess with my life by telling me someone should mix their help in with my life and make it harder for me to be myself here and alive? Yes, but that's deceased. Do you know what to do besides repeat yourself? And when you repeat yourself, you're trying to send the threatening around again. And like you hired the God of myself to do that to me. I'm the one who finds you in the wrong. You can't hire the God of myself to put me out of your way. People who leave comments on the internet, you don't walk correctly. Your walk should be in a wheelchair because you made a comment to myself, I need help. You said you called me you, and I'm supposed to know who I am to you. I don't know who you're talking to, but let's say it's me. Yeah. If you call me you and tell me you need help, are you sure you don't need a wheelchair after that? Because why are you walking your legs around? It's true, if you were standing right next to me, you would be still standing there and wait for me to walk away from you, and I don't have a life that way. That means you need a wheelchair. Okay, it needs 10 minutes. How much more time? Well, I'll watch it. There's a little soup mix on this spoon, so I'll try and get it off. There's still some on the bottom on the spoon. So, feminine genitals on the Godhead are deceased. That means you can't stay here. You know what's wrong with somebody who thinks that they're going to do a crime on myself for free? When you do crime on the leverage, you're supposed to be sorry that you are yourself caught in the position of doing a crime against myself. You are not supposed to say, well, I'm the one who's going to do the crime for everyone who's going to consume it. That's you having no self. If it were Jesus Christ, he would be hanging on a cross and he'd still be there for like 45 years. Who's doing that crime? My mom figure Donna and Joel and Myra. Both of you are doing that crime on myself. And everyone else who's getting something out of it. Are you trying to make a little pecking order of loitering? You need to live in bird cages. You can't live in houses if you do that. Have you seen the movie Birdcage? There's a movie called Birdcage with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane. You need to live in a birdcage. If you're loitering in a pecking order, you want someone to take care of it for you, that you're loitering, and it's the same you have some kind of sky-high mental capacity when you're loitering because there are other people who are, I don't know, following in your footsteps. What's Joellen doing in Oregon? Is she waiting for me to ask her a question? Because I'm deceased out of my genitals. Because Joellen went to Oregon to herself. And then I'm deceased out of my genitals because my mom moved to Arizona. And she didn't tell me she wasn't going to stay in Wisconsin. Why not? I don't get it. I have so much leverage I have to pay for anyway, and she wouldn't let me move to Arizona alone for 3 years, and I was coming back to Wisconsin. She moved to Arizona and took my house. Well, I need to be 3 years old all over again. That's how hard you loiter. You loiter so hard that from the year 1980 until the year 2000, you took a whole house from Becky, and you named her. In the year 1980, you named her Becky, and then in the year 2000, you took her house and locked her out empty, homeless. The house is empty to me because you locked me out of 2 houses, and you're only in one of them unless there are 2 of you. Donna, are there 2 of you? Joellen, are there 2 of you? Are you like the Burks, Bill Burke and Bob Burke, but you have the same name, Donna and Donna, Joellen and Joellen? My genitals are deceased. Yes, because it's possible, and I can't verify it because it's not due for me to see such a thing happen to myself. I don't work for you. I actually don't. Yeah, it's not just that I don't want to give you everything that's mine to myself. I actually don't work for you. You don't have any mental capacity for such a thing. If I was going to work to do something for you, you would be in jail and prison. That's how I can work. It's work for me if you go to jail and die in prison. That's work for me. Yeah. If you want to consume everything I need for myself and you think that there's nothing mine to myself, to yourself, that's not work. I can't work for you. I don't work for you that way. I work for you if you go to jail and die. I can work for you if you go to prison and die. I can work for you if you go to jail and then prison and die. I can work for you if you die. I can't work for you if you're alive and you're consuming everything that's mine to myself. That's you need to be in jail and prison and die. So are you living off of my mental capacity and you don't worry because I'm still alive? Well, I'm announcing myself right now. If you live off of my mental capacity because I'm still alive, I don't have a life for you after that anyway. You still need to take care of yourself. You need to go to homeless because you don't know the point to going to jail, so you need to be found trespassing when you're homeless, and then you get trespassed out of homeless and you end up in jail that way, and then you go to prison from jail because you're not allowed to stay in the jail and you end up in the prison. Because if you don't know how to be yourself, you need to be idling the threatening in the prisons. If you don't know how to be yourself in the public, you must idle the threatening. You don't know how to be yourself inside of a prison until you die out of the address of the prison. You will see that you die out of the address of the prison. And that's not fair. You were ever in public with keys, ever. Is that half? You think that's half? Well, I was talking over the soup mix. Yeah. Is it half? I don't know. I don't know. I can add more, but it's due to boil longer if I do that. I want it to be thick, and I don't know if it's thick until I'm done. Yeah, then I can see its consistency. So Bill Burke and Bob Burke appear together, and they look identical. Yeah, but when I was in Tucson, Arizona, I saw another one that looks like them, and he called himself Bill Burke. That he knows me is not due. I know who he is and I know why, but he knows me is not due because he has someone he's appearing with elsewhere. And when he was in Arizona, he was just one, not two. There was just one. And he called himself Bill. He's not Bill with Bob. Yeah, but he knows me from Milwaukee. I know he recognized me, but he didn't really say he didn't know me. What did we say? He's with Debbie Zuckerman, and that's what he knows is that I'm with Debbie Zuckerman. And I know Debbie from when she was about 8 years old. I was about 4. And then I saw her in high school, and then I saw Bill and Bob at the same time, and then I didn't see Debbie again until Tucson, Arizona in the year 2000, 2001. Well, so you have a names problem, you have a birthdays problem. Yeah, I don't know. I'm done here, and you don't have these problems like deceased to each other. You don't have Bill Burke deceased to Bob Burke, and then we don't really know if any of them can testify who was the Burke that was in Tucson, Arizona. Is that Bill Burke from Milwaukee, or is it another one? And he's just using the name Bill Burke. How would I know? Well, I don't ask the question unless I've seen two of you before. Is this a third or a fourth? What if it's a fourth? Are there two of me? There are two of me, but not at the same time. One of me is being created by the other of me. The creator of myself looks like me, but she didn't grow this tall. She didn't get this old. She died when she was 10. Her name was Becky. Yeah, I have the same name, Becky. But it's expired, of course. I don't hold the name anymore. I used the name past the age of a 10-year-old because the one who gave me the name didn't ever leave my house. Is it not my house to you because you want me to get another house and call it my house? Oh, well, what's your need to say something like that? Because you want to be an identity thief, but I am what that is. I am an identity thief of Becky and it's deceased. You can't thief somebody alive by just taking their money and keys and making everything go missing. That's you not having any authority to be in the formed world in your genitals. What do we think about genitals on people with all different hair, all different height? Even babies have genitals. And then if you're like a 300-pound wrestler, you have genitals. So if you're a baby with a penis and you've been alive for a month and you're a wrestler who's been alive for a month but you're full height and full strength, you could weigh 300 pounds, you could be about 30 years old. What do you think about the penis itself? What do you think about it holding alive that way? Because I think I don't afford it, that you're not in Africa with those extremes. Yeah. You need to have your extremes in a blood prison in Africa. If you call the health department on me because I'm pouring out soup I'm going to eat right near that, make sure that you have the health department lock up this apartment empty and see what happens. Yeah, just say I'm not allowed to be in this kitchen and see what happens. Because they don't know how to give out keys when they shut something down. Well, you're not really due. Near food or anything because I'm alive. You're doing jails and prisons on all the points. But if you're going to shut down a restaurant as the health department, you owe that you pay out new keys. Whatever keys are required, including if it's jail and prison keys, you have to pay those out. And then you have to be in the prisons. The health department needs to go into the jails and prisons. So that's for Darcy Spears, Channel 13, Action News, Dirty Dining. Charles Toe and I used to watch the about 5-minute segments. This is runny. Yes, it is. Well, I don't know. I would make it thicker. What should I do? Well, I'll try it for taste first. Okay. It looks hot. Needs more soup mix. Oh, well. Pink mold in the ice machine. That's what I remember from Dirty Dining. Pink mold in the ice machine. If you find pink mold in the ice machine, you have to empty out the restaurant or establishment, and then you have to put everyone from the inside goes into jail and prison because you have cameras and you caught everything on camera. Everybody goes in. You go into the jails and then you wait for arraignment and you go to prison, and you need a new prison every time you do that. Every time you find Dirty Dining, pink mold in the ice machine, everybody goes to prison, including the camera. And then the station still has, if someone else goes in there and they do Dirty Dining inside the station, that's so they can go to prison. It's not really for entertainment. Nobody has time to entertain you. You're going to lose your genitals were illegal, and you're going to end up in murdered genitals, and you're going to order the threatening the wrong way. Well, that's why you say snap and snark at me that you think I should get off of YouTube at my own expense. Yeah, you think I should go get help someplace else, because YouTube can't help you, can they? The comments on YouTube are not there to help you. They're for the people who make the comments. What's wrong? You don't belong on YouTube. You can't make comments on YouTube because you're not deceasing yourself. You're not deceasing YouTube. You don't decease the formed world. And you make comments on YouTube is not paid for. This. You need to go to jail and prison on that point. If you don't want to be in jail, go outside homeless until it's not up to you anymore. Well, I'll eat it.